Nobody really cares about this fight.
It doesn't need promoting because of its undisputed heavyweight.
Well, let's do Furies. What do we think?
See, I do think Fury
Break it
can
down.
stop Usyk.
I think if Fury's got the size and power to, well, stop anybody really.
Same questions can be asked for Usyk.
Well, I think the difference is Usyk is always in shape.
This is going to be a chess match.
Nobody really cares, and Joshua's the number one heavyweight in the world.
Who do you want to win?
I'm an Usyk fanboy, so it's Usyk. Welcome back to BoxCast. Today we're going to be discussing the upcoming Undisputed Heavyweight Championship fight between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury, which is going to take place on the 18th of May, 2024, hopefully, in the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The reason I say hopefully, because it was scheduled for February the 17th, if I remember. And unfortunately, because of an injury, it got pushed back. But yeah, can't wait for this, isn't it? Okay, let's start with a tale of the tape. So Oleksandr Usyk's record, he has 21 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. And Tyson Fury has 34 wins, 0 losses and 1 draw. Oleksandr Usyk has had 21 fights. Tyson Fury has had 35. Usyk has won 14 by knockout. Tyson Fury 24. Usyk is 37. Fury is 35 as of today. I think Usyk is 38 fairly soon. In terms of height, Usyk is 6'3", 190 centimeters. Tyson Fury is 6'9", 206 centimeters. A little bit of a difference there. In terms of reach, Usyk is 78 inches, which is 198 centimeters, and Fury is 85 inches, 216 centimeters. Weight as of the last fights, so it was 220.9 pounds, or just over 100 kilos for Usyk, and 277 pounds, 77.7 pounds, 126 kilos for Tyson Fury. Usyk is a southpaw, Fury is orthodox. And the belts on the line, there's the WBA World, WBO, IBF, WBC and Ring Magazine. Basically all of them are heavyweight. Yes, Simon, your thoughts as of now?
It's the biggest fight in boxing at the moment, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Undisputed heavyweight, you don't get many of them, do you?
Well, funny enough, I seen an article saying nobody really cares about this fight.
Who wrote that?
I need to check, but I've seen it somewhere. I thought, what a load of... Anyway, it's basically like Usyk's not promoting it. Fury's not really doing anything. Nobody really cares, and Joshua's the number one heavyweight in the world.
So, I like this guy. I agree with him, actually. Yeah. No, it doesn't need promoting because of its undisputed heavyweight.
It's the biggest fight.
Whoever wins this
weight
is
class, isn't it?
The number one in the division, and you can't argue that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you can't, really.
No, you
because
can't.
If you go logically, yeah, Joshua is up there, but he's been beaten by Usyk twice, and he hasn't fought Fury. And so realistically, it's between Usyk and Fury as who is number one and who's number two, and then Joshua is probably stamped to the number 3 position. And until he fights again with the winner of this, which is probably in a then we know. Then he can say, "Yeah, I am." If he beats the winner,
it's an absolutely humongous fight. Mm-hmm. It's the biggest fight in
we've been looking forward for it. He's just saying it should happen. It should happen. It should happen. Unfortunately, being delayed.
Like I say, it is the biggest fight in boxing, and I think the injury to Tyson, I get the feeling a lot of people don't think the fight might happen still.
Well, we're still doubting it a little bit.
Yeah, because you get your excitement right up, don't you? And then something's always happened. It's been the same over years. Wilder, Joshua Fury. We get built up, we get all excited, and then it doesn't happen. But rest assured, the Saudi prince will make this fight happen.
Yeah.
There's a huge fine if one of the others don't turn up.
$10 million if they don't turn up. without good reason.
Yeah. He will make it happen. I think it will happen. Like I say, the excitement kind of...
Well, do you think the fact that Fury's actually in shape? I don't know if you've seen any latest fits. He looks like he's been it's the best shape he's been in for a long time.
I think he was in shape.
So he's taking it seriously.
Yeah, no, I think he was in shape in February before it got called off. So I think...
Well, it looks even better now.
I think all he's had to do is tick over, isn't it? He hasn't had to take the weight off. I think he's taken the weight off, so now he's just had to take over.
Well, he took the weight off before. I think
so now he's
like
just,
you said before,
he's
February.
just had to tick over. He hasn't had to worry about taking weight off. He's just had to fine tune things.
I mean, I don't think he's going to be 277 pounds plus.
No,
it doesn't look like it unless he goes on a binge from now till.
No,
he looks a lot leaner. He looks a lot better. I think the Ngannou fight might have done him a bit of good, even though we didn't agree with the
I
outcome.
think this break's done him good. I think the cut's come at the right time. The only thing that might is you can overtrain for a boxing fight. You can get to that point
do you think
where you get up here, and then if you go overtraining, you're right back down here.
Well, would you expect with the experience of both the fighters and their camps that they should be able to cope with that? Because both of them look confident. They don't look like they're worried where there's one of the things that can cause you to overtrain, and their camps are quite experienced.
I think...
Because Usyk basically trains all the time anyway.
I think Usyk lives in the gym, doesn't he?
Yeah, he basically does it all the time.
Fury doesn't. Mm. But I think what Fury would have done is he'd have fine-tuned a lot of things. I think he's been studying Usyk, fine-tuning a lot of things.
Well, I think he needed to. Do you think the best version of Fury turns up?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think Fury's scared.
Yeah. Did you see the last press conference?
Yeah.
He was very respectful for the thing. I mean, he should be, to be fair. But, it was actually really good. He's like, well, if I lose, then it is what it is.
No, I think
his prediction is a first-round knockout for Oleksandr Usyk.
Yeah. No, I think he's a bit scared, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I think it's a.
I think he's got a healthy dose of respect.
It's a good thing
Usyk.
for him.
Yeah. Do you think that's because the Ngannou fight shook him up a little bit? Brought him back to reality. Look, I can't just turn up overweight and whatever and dosser as a dosser and then beat these dossers.
Yeah, and
I need to be in proper shape to fight this guy.
The only thing that...
Or because he knows he's small and he's fast, so he needs to keep up with him.
No, I think if this fight had been in February...
Well, I think we both said Usyk then.
Usyk would have absolutely destroyed him, because I think Fury had gone in with the mindset of, I'm twice the size, so I'll just beat you. And I still think his mindset is kind of that, but I don't
that's
think...
what he said.
I don't think it's as much as that anymore. I don't think I think he realises I can't just turn up and beat this man.
I need to be at my best.
Because technically...
makes it a better fight.
Usyk is a better boxer.
Yeah.
Fury will disagree with that. But it's interesting what Fury's dad said. Because even Fury's dad said this is going to be a chess match.
Yeah. And his comment was really interesting because he was sort of going a little bit against... Although, to be fair, Fury was thinking, but he was like, this is going to be really close.
See, as much as Fury's dad's got a bigger mouth than Fury, but he does talk sense.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And he knows his son is in for a hard night. This
will be the hardest fight of his career.
Yeah, could be.
Well, what would you say the last one was? Well, there's the guy he had nearly the beginning of his career, didn't he? Who basically did the same thing. He was a southpaw.
Fury's not really...
If you remember? Or,
Fury's last few
fights, I don't think he's been in top.
The only one he's Derek Chisora, Dillian White, he walked over them. But all three of the Deontay Wilder fights, they were tough fights.
Yeah.
Energy sapping, tough.
Well, I think
fights.
That's what's done Wilder because he's put everything into all of them, and they were good fights.
Yeah, and then the three before that was Otto Wallen.
Wallen gave him a tough go.
A bin man and a shopkeeper, because I can't remember the names. They were that I'd never even heard of him. So he has been in tough fights.
Mm-hmm.
He has been in tough fights, and Fury. I'm not I'm not a Fury fan, but boxing wise, he is. really good. He's good at what he does.
He's ring savvy. He's ring smart.
He is ring savvy.
He's got
he
the
is ring
size
smart.
advantage. He knows how to use his weight, because there's some people who are big but don't really know how to use that weight advantage, height advantage, reach advantage. He does it. He
is fast and fleet-footed for the size of him. He really is.
He is nimble for this. Although he's sort of changed for the Wilder fights from his normal way to build up a bit of power.
Well, in the first Wilder fight, he come in trimmed down, shall we say?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's way bigger, shall we say?
In the second Wilder fight, he come in
heavier.
a lot heavier, because he realised I can just lean on this guy and that'll
Wilder
wear
did
him
the
out.
same thing and gassed himself a bit and went up as well. But he started gassing out. But he was leaning on him. Yeah, he used his weight to his advantage against Wilder.
A lot of people are saying,
him out on his weight.
But a lot of people are saying that maybe Fury's on the decline. You know, maybe his legs can't carry him there anymore. He's 35 years of age. Same questions can be asked for Usyk.
Well, I think the difference is Usyk is always in shape, and Fury goes up and down. And when you go up and down in weight, it's hard on your body. Whereas if you're basically the same weight most of the time, like you said, Usyk.
But I don't think he's gone. I think for 12 months, Fury has.
You've got to take the Ngannou fight out of it, because he basically didn't do diddly squat for that. He turned up, thought it's going to be easy, and got shocked. I think in your other fights, you can see, because he doesn't gas out. For the size of him and the amount of weight he carries,
he won't gas out.
And he does keep up a reasonable rate of work. It's not like because he moves around a lot for a big guy. He's got a reasonable punch output and everything else. It's like, he doesn't usually get tired. I haven't seen him really gassed out in any fight. Whereas you see some of these other big heavyweights, when they give it a go, they can be, by the end, they're blowing.
It's because he's not muscle in it.
Yeah. It's bad for you, it's all this muscle. It's overrated.
All this muscle knackers you.
Well, it's true, it does. But
no, I don't see him. He's not going to gas, so...
I wouldn't expect either of these guys to gas out. So they might fight a little bit slower, but their slower is still faster than most other people. I don't think they're going to gas out. I don't think they run out of that. Yeah, it's going to be a chess match, which may make it a little bit cagey for the beginning. But I think both of them have to go for it. They can't just wait on that to go. Because if it's like that, you would suspect Usyk is going to get more punches through and he'll do it. Or Fury fights him at a jab range. We don't want one of those fights. We want it to go.
No, you see, I think
we
Fury's...
want some fireworks.
Fury's going to target the body.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, Fury's going to target that body. Because Usyk doesn't really... I mean...
Well, I think he's got a good chin and he doesn't get hit on the face that much anyway, because his movement and stuff is so good. He can take a punch, but I think at the body's where he's more susceptible.
I've been watching a few Usyk fights over the past couple of weeks, and every time he gets touched to the body, he complains. He does complain. And we are both
But it's the only time he's been knocked
fans.
Knocked down, sorry, he's not been knocked out, but knocked down was, I think, Beterbiev in the amateurs did him with a body shot. Obviously, the Dubois low blow thing. And I think in the Breedis or somebody else in one of the cruiserweight ones, he got knocked down as well. Or was it the other guy?
Wasn't Breedis.
It wasn't Breedis, it was the other one of the when he was winning the belt.
Breedis gave him kittens, like.
Yeah. One of the other ones managed to get him down, didn't he, in earlier? And then he beat him afterwards, but he got knocked down or wounded a little bit with a body shot as well. So yeah, that's probably a good plan.
I just
although he has been working on it, so
you can work on it all you want if you land body shots.
Yeah, well, we've seen some of our best fighters are very good at body shots. Off eight fighters.
I don't know who wins it though. I keep changing my mind. I'm literally changing my mind on this fight every single week.
Well, I think it was in February. I think it would have been comprehensively Usyk.
Yeah.
I think now with the extra time and seeing that Fury's taking it seriously, he looks in like the best mental part. He's being like sensible on a level. Yeah, obviously he has his highs and lows for the things, but he looks like he's on a level. Looks like they've got a game plan. It's sounds like it from what they're saying. And he's in way better shape than he's ever been. I think it's a lot closer, but I'm still going for Usyk.
I think Fury was hoping as well that he'd get in Usyk's head.
Which we said before.
He's not going to do. Happen. I mean, even that little press conference the other day. I mean, I don't think
they care.
I didn't understand that press conference.
No.
Because the press conference is the two fighters together. So I didn't understand it. I think it's just Fury's way of trying to get in Usyk's head. Mate, it ain't going to work.
No.
It really ain't going to work.
The only one out of them you'd expect the head might not be right is Fury. But like I said, at the moment, he looks like he is there. I think maybe before he hasn't been all completely there. I think they're focused.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that brings the best Fury. And usually the best Usyk turns up. So as long as no injury carrying or anything else and he's in good, he looks like in fantastic shape. Well, he looks a bit bigger than...
the best Usyk will definitely turn up because Usyk knows that this is...
Well, this is what he's been going for.
Yeah, this is his dream.
Yeah.
You know, this is his dream.
Culmination of all that hard work.
Yeah. And he's only going to get one chance at it.
Yeah.
That's it. You're getting one chance. Because straight after this fight, the IBF becomes vacant. So even in the rematch, if you lose, you're not fighting for Undisputed.
Yeah.
You've got one chance and one chance only.
Yeah.
For the next... Usyk must probably be too old by the time he could fight for Undisputed again.
Years to get round to it again. Then by the time he had fights and recovery.
So
and
this is his last chance for both of them for Undisputed.
Well, I think Fury as well. It's the same.
No,
he may have a year or two more, but like
no, Fury actually. Oh, actually, it's hard because they've got the rematch, haven't they? From what I'm hearing, it is. Dubois is going to be fighting Filip Hrgović on the 5v5, which watch that when we release it because that's awesome.
Well, we'll be talking about all those.
And that's going to be, I think they are saying that is going to be for the IBF. The winner of that fights Anthony Joshua at Wembley in September.
I think that's where they're aiming, September, October time, whenever they're going to do the Wembley event.
And then Fury Usyk do their rematch. The winner of that then fights the winner of Joshua and whoever it be Hrgović or Dubois. That's what I think the plan is.
Yeah.
And then it's for Undisputed again, if Joshua's the IBF. If the likes of WBC, WBA, WBO don't say no, you need to fight him, you need to fight him.
Well, I think it's the IBF with Hrgović are the ones who push him most, isn't it?
I mean, the IBF have always been like that, though. I do respect the IBF.
You know,
you've got so many days to
get it sorted.
And that's how it should be. That's how it should be, because if you get yourself into a mandatory position, you should be fighting for a world title. You shouldn't have to wait. So no. But I think the belts mean more to Usyk than they do Fury as well.
Yeah.
You know, because
I think he's more about the belts than the opponent. I think Fury's more about the glory than
don't forget Fury's the lineal made up heavyweight champion. I mean, lineal. What's all that about?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I think once he beat Klitschko, yeah. But I think since then it doesn't really have entitlement, shall we say, to that.
No, yeah, I heard Fury saying something about but boxing is something about how Joshua lost to Usyk, so Fury's going to have to rescue boxing. Whoa, mate. You discredited boxing the way you fought in Ghana, and Joshua rescued boxing to get your facts right. And no, it's all good banter with it, isn't it? But I can't pick a winner. I know I said last time Usyk, but I'd like to say
I'm still sticking with Usyk.
I keep changing my mind.
You can pick Fury this time.
Because I can see a Fury masterclass.
Well, all right. Let's go on. What do we think? So, if we see Fury winning, how does he win? What should he do? He's got to use his height, weight advantage, isn't it? Reach advantage. I mean, he's got a huge reach, height, weight advantage, and all that. Even if he's going to come to him down, he's still going to be at least 30 pounds bigger.
Fury can. It depends how arrogant he is.
Yeah.
Does he go in there thinking, do you know what? Like Joshua did in the first one, fight against Usyk, I am the better boxer, and I will show the world that I can outbox you. From range, using my jab, using my footwork.
The thing is, Fury can adapt. I think Joshua goes in with his game plan.
If Fury can adapt.
But he hasn't fought like a boxer, like a real European boxer since Klitschko. He's really evolved more into
again, the Klitschko was, might as well have not gone in a ring because he was beaten weeks before with the craziness of Fury.
Like a fight from distance, fight from thingy. Do you think he does that from here? Behind his jab, go around and down. If he gets an opportunity, go heavier, but generally do that, target the body, as we've said.
I think he will target the body.
Stop Usyk coming in, because obviously Usyk's got to get into his reach, within reach.
Fury's going to struggle to lean on Usyk, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that much of that.
I don't think he'd be...
I don't think Usyk's going to tired, so you're not going to catch him. And if you don't catch him, you're not going to lean on him.
I don't think Usyk's going to sit on the ropes either.
No, he's too elusive.
He's definitely not going to sit on the ropes. Usyk will know straight away the ropes is the worst place he wants to be.
Yeah, he's too fast in and out, and the angles, his movement is that good.
It'd be interesting to see whether Usyk comes in as a counter puncher or...
Yeah, I think. Well, let's do Fury's. What do we think? What do you think Fury's is? And then we'll do Usyk's. What do we think he'll do?
See, I do think Fury can stop Usyk. And
if he catches him.
But I think it's body shots that...
I think if Fury's got the size and power to, stop anybody really, pretty much. I think Usyk is stoppable if you catch him. The same as Joshua could have stopped him, but you've got to catch him.
Yeah, but again...
and it's not one punch. I think he's robust enough to take one or two punches. You have to beat him down.
I know you have to break him down, but I also think that there could be...
I mean, Fury's capable of it.
Yeah.
He has the talent and the skills.
You might even see points deduction for low blows.
Yeah.
Because that'd be interesting if there's a...
Well, that's one tactic. You can slow him down with those, just on the basis that I ain't going to go to points. I'm going to knock him out if Fury goes that route. And he isn't exactly shy from the dirty stuff. So he's
but I also think Usyk can hurt Fury as well. So I think Fury will be on guard.
Yeah.
And this is where I think his dad was right, is I think it is going to be a chess match.
Yeah. Then what do we think Usyk's then? What do we think Usyk does? Usyk just does what he does. Box.
No, the thing with Usyk does have a lot of different plans, and he can adapt. He's not going to be bothered that Fury's bigger than him. Usyk's been... he's an established heavyweight now. Forget about he's a cruiserweight. He has had 5 heavyweight fights. So he's an established heavyweight.
He's not cruiserweight. He's 220 pounds. He's 100 kilos. He's like 10 kilos above cruiserweight. So it's not like right on the button cruiserweight. He was always a big cruiserweight.
And he took care of Joshua twice, although the second fight was a hell of a lot closer.
But that's because Joshua got better.
Yeah.
And he didn't have the wrong game plan, which I think in the first fight he had the wrong game plan.
Dubois
he's just going to box until he got the low blow. Then he got angry and then took him out. But Dubois didn't really do anything. And if you see what he did against Gerald Miller and other people, Dubois, he's not that bad a fighter. Usyk just schooled him, apart from the low blow.
I genuinely don't know. I think from the start, I always said Usyk stops Fury. When it first got talked about, I said,
but
Usyk
if you look at Fury's
Fury.
shape then and the conditions, and you look at Usyk's condition, I think, it's not a... Like I say, in February, I think it would have been pretty clear cut for Usyk. I think in the months, the time has done Fury more favours than Usyk, I think. Because Usyk's just got older. He was always in front. Although I think Usyk looks a bit bigger than he was in February as well. He looks in better shape as well. He looks like he's toned up a bit.
I think Usyk has to start fast.
Yeah.
He's got to start fast.
Usyk's winning is basically fast pace, isn't it? He'd go at his 50,
but he
60
can't
punches
go
a round.
3 or 4 rounds down at the start and then start chasing Fury.
Then you'll be playing to Fury's
because
hands.
Fury can shut up shop quite easily.
I think if you're Usyk's camp, you're basically going to go, your movement's got to be there and you've got to go at high pace, like the 50, 60 punches around, which he normally does. And just basically that for 12 rounds. And I think then you win.
Yeah.
Because you will then, I don't think Fury can keep up. As good fit as he is, and as good as he's, I don't think he keeps up with that.
That's an interesting thing, is I don't think anyone would have thrown as many punches as Usyk's going to throw at Fury.
I don't think there's any heavyweight ever thrown. Usyk throws punches like a middleweight, super middleweight level.
So that'd be
they
interesting.
throw like 50, 60 punches around. He does 60.
How will Fury?
Well, you know when Joshua
that?
caught him in the second fight in the 9th round, wasn't it? The last 3 rounds, I think he was doing nearly like 70 punches. Or plus, it was more than his normal punch output for 3 rounds, and he just blitzed. Because that's when Joshua was just getting in it, looking like
but
he's
the
going to do
thing
something, and he
is,
just blitzed him.
that's where Usyk's good. Is
He's like he said, he can adapt very well.
Because the scorecards on the 9th or 10th round would have been really close.
Yeah, and then he just blitzed it and finished it off. I think it's the one, like we said, where Lomachenko lets himself down. Where Usyk is usually savvy enough to keep it going. I think that's what he's got to do. I think Usyk's game plan is you don't get caught, either body shots or head shots. Head shots, he's normally good. Body shots, we said, it can be a bit iffy. And his normal high boxing rate, movement, in, out, his counter-punching, his punching.
A bit like Parker did against Wilder.
Exactly. Just did that. And then I think if Fury starts to get worn out with the pace, I think Usyk will go for it near the end, like the last 2-3 rounds. I think he'll go for knock him out.
See, you're talking me round now, and I don't like that.
Well, I'll do what I think. Fury's is either going to be, if he tries to box him, I think Usyk's too good. So I think he's going to have to, like you said, do a bit of gamesmanship, shall we say, with body shots on the borderline, trying to slow Usyk down. Because if you slow him down, then, it's a more even fight. If you let Usyk go at his pace, I don't think there's any heavyweight is capable of fighting him. He's too fast. He's too capable of what he does, and too skillful and too fast. So the way to slow down somebody normally is body shots. So I think they've got to do that. They've said that anyway. I mean, saying it is one thing, catching him is another thing. That's not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But if he manages to slow him down, and then he can put his weight on him, to use his advantage in size, then I think Fury has a chance of getting a knockout. But again, I think it's going to take him a good part of the fight to wear him out. I don't think he's going to be like a quick knockout. I think they're going to be 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds. Either way, I think it goes that far. And maybe he might just do him in. He might still not get him out of there, and that might go to 12 rounds, but him winning on points as well, I think, Fury-wise. There's a game plan for both, because that's what makes it so interesting now. Now that hopefully we get the best version of Fury, I think this is a proper fight. And it could be one for the ages, because you got 2 really skillful guys.
The rematch will be intriguing as well.
Well, it depends what happens in this.
See, I think the rematch will happen because there's just way too much money on the table.
Yeah. Well, I think the only way it goes less input, because if Usyk wins on points, the same as did against Joshua, I think the fight's still there, because then it's how Fury adapts. If he knocks him out, do you think he's still?
Well, if he
wears him out and Usyk
out,
knocks Fury out, do you think Fury, not that it won't, but do you think Fury will want to have him a rematch against him then? Mentally and everything else with the things.
I've always said I don't think Fury can take a defeat.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm leading to. Or how does he take it? We don't know. That's the thing. I think Usyk, no matter what happens, if he gets beat, unless he gets completely battered, I think Usyk will be there for the rematch, whatever, because they'll just adapt or do things. But I think Usyk's only a real chance of, if you're being fair, the only chance of defeat is getting caught by a lucky shot. So he'll want to come back. That's normally the way he's got beaten. If he gets outpointed, outboxed and outpointed, then he may say, well, actually, this is a better man. I might stop. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be a lucky shot. If he gets caught with one like Ngannou caught Fury.
See, the thing is Usyk,
because his mentality,
let's be honest,
exceptional.
Joshua's a bigger punch than Fury.
Well, we found that out.
A much bigger punch than he always has been.
Was that?
No, he's always been a bigger puncher than Fury.
People who said Fury's not really a big puncher. I think he's got his timing and a bit of the weight advantage together. Because he's just so heavy. If somebody is 120 plus kilos hits you, you're going to get knocked out if the timing and stuff is good. It's not about power. I think Joshua and Wilder and co have real power.
Yeah.
Above and beyond their size as well. I think they have proper power. So they've always been big punchers, and he dealt with him. It's just that I don't think Joshua's the best at using his, like, he doesn't have all the grappling skills of Fury, shall we say. So he's a cleaner boxer. He boxes like an Olympian, isn't it? Like style that he's learned. And Fury is better at using his body. But it's like we said, I don't think he's going to get much chance to do that. If Usyk's on his game and moving around, he's very, very elusive. And it's a chess match. It's a mental battle. And then that's where, out the two of them, Usyk's the mentally stronger.
Bold claim.
Well, just he hasn't gone to a match, won the world title, and then gone into drinking and drugs and everything else. He's exactly the same as he was before. I think Fury's the one who goes up and down.
Who do you want to win?
I'm an Usyk fanboy, so it's Usyk.
You see, I want Usyk to win.
But you know, can I put one caveat before you answer? The one thing I think is a shame is if Usyk wins, I don't really want to see Usyk Joshua again. I really, really, really want to see Fury and Joshua.
That's what I was going to say.
And for something. And that's the one that, that's where I have the caveat there. I'm like a bit...
See, the thing is I think if you'd have gone back 6 months, everyone was wanting Usyk to win because the stuff Fury was saying was horrendous. But since Joshua's resurgence, shall we say, people are going... Yeah, it would be best if Fury won because then we would get Fury Joshua. But people are saying, that fight will still happen. If Fury loses the Joshua Fury fight, it's still big, but it's nowhere near as big.
Yeah.
Whereas if Fury wins and then fights Joshua, I mean, that is breaking box office.
Yeah.
That will be
huge fight.
The biggest fight that has ever been made, ever.
And that's the problem. See, that's where you get stuck.
I'm like,
obviously, I think Usyk deserves it for what he's done in cruiser and heavyweight. I think he deserves to be double undisputed champion. Part of me is like he wins that and then he walks away because there's not what else he's got to do. Bugger the rematch, just do it, and then let the others get on it and sort it out, and then get Fury and Joshua, which would be epic. Because if there's belts up for the line, then it'd be good if Joshua got 2, Fury got 2 again, and and they do with deal with the other fighters that are biting, chomping at the bit. I think that'd be really cool. Because if Wilder can get back to normal, then a Wilder Joshua fight would be cool, and then and then Fury fights like some of the others, Hergovich or whoever, Dubois and I think Dubois is not good enough yet.
No, if Dubois beats Hergovich, and
well, then he is. So the winner of those, I think if they get those together.
Although, did you watch Joe Parker's call out of Anthony Joshua?
Was he called Anthony Joshua? No.
Mate, watch the video. He's done another one of them singing song videos.
Who did he call out in the first one?
It was Dillian White.
Oh, the Dillian White's one I've seen. I haven't seen.
And guys, honestly, watch it. It's so funny.
No, I haven't seen it.
Fair play. You've got too much time on your hands, Joe, by the way. Get back in the gym, making these little videos.
Well, to be honest, the version of Joe Parker that fought Wilder against Joshua would be a
problem. Is I don't think Joe Parker's ever going to fight Fury because they're really good mates. But apparently, I was listening to Frank Warren this morning. He's saying within the next week or 2 weeks, a Joe Parker fight is being announced. Because he was scheduled to rematch Zhilei Zhang, wasn't he?
But that's Zhang v. Wilder.
But Zhang v. Wilder now. So obviously, I'm pretty sure.
Who's left then? Because if Dubois got Hergovich,
I think
he's got Wilder and Zhang going out of it. Who's he got left?
Well, he could have a rematch with Joe Joyce, a rematch with Dillian White, or you've got certain Caballel Sanchez, the winner of that.
I was looking at this. They both got 24-0-0 records.
Yeah.
They're nearly the same age. They're like a really good... but that's for another one.
You've got to... Joe Parker's got a lot of massive fights out there. Because, like I say, he's been beat by Dillian White and Joe Joyce. So we could have rematches with both of them. Because I think Joe Parker, he's a...
Well, I think if he gets over Joyce and White...
You've got Fury Usyk, Parker Joshua, and then the rest.
Yeah.
Parker is up there with Joshua.
Yeah.
There's a Joshua Parker fight. I don't think it's the right time yet.
No.
If they have a couple more wins, that could be a huge fight
Well, I
again.
think if the IBF comes up available and then one of them gets it, then I think they should have a match. Yeah. I think that if, like I said, if the version of Joshua as he is now and the version of Parker as he is now fights, that would be a hell of a
I mean,
fight.
there's a lot of ifs and buts, because I tell you what, if Daniel Dubois wins the IBF, Joe Parker could.
That to fight him.
Yeah, because he's
capable of beating him.
Well, he's Queensbury as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Does Frank Warren do an old Queensbury show? But I think the Saudi Prince has got everything mapped out already for the heavyweights. I know that he shouldn't have, but I think he has got every heavyweight fight for the next 2 years lined up and mapped out. Yeah, he has. So I think Joe Parker knows who he's fighting next, but we just don't. But if I am making the calculator guess, I'm going to go for Dylan White.
Get revenge, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I think if he beats him and beats Joyce, then he's really, really up there because he's avenged the defeats.
Or will it be Joyce? Because you see, the thing is Joe Joyce needs if Joe Joyce comes back and fights Parker and wins, he's straight back up there, isn't he?
That's the only way he gets back into it. He has to do one of those.
So it could be Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
You've just changed my mind again. Changed my mind badly. So I'm going to go Parker, Joe
His
Joyce.
Excellency's sat there taking notes. Which one did Simon say? Yeah, we left that.
I go Parker, Joe Joyce. Fury Usyk don't have a rematch, and the winner fights Joshua because he destroys the winner of Hergovich Dubois, and that'll be at Wembley. And there's my boxing
Sounds like a plan.
Done.
Sounds
And
like
it'll
a plan.
all happen in September.
Cool. Well, yeah, there's supposed to be the Saudi event in Wembley, isn't it, in London, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
As like the intro to the next Riyadh season.
Yeah, because I think they're talking to doing a 5v5 on there as well, aren't they?
But I think they're going to see how this goes, and if it's all good, which it should be. I mean, it looks quite epic.
We will do a full podcast on that, but it is massive.
Yeah.
And do you know the worst thing about it is? The headline act is Bivol Berbatov, just so everyone remembers.
Beterbiev, yeah.
Beterbiev. That seems to have been forgotten because of this 5v5.
Well, some of the fights on it.
I mean, from top to bottom, wow.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
All genuine 50-50 fights as well. It's going to be hard. I mean, even the Bivol fight,
all of them are. That's like
hard
all of them
to
to pick one. Well, we'll be doing videos on them, so yeah, we'll save that for that. Go on then, prediction for this. Let's close this up. You go first.
It's going to change next week.
Well, I've got Usyk, so I'm going to say Usyk by 10 or 11. 10 or 11th round knockout.
Oh, so you're going for a knockout?
And be brave. I think he's just going to wear him down to the point. And I think this is like his, magnum opus, his greatest event, his greatest achievement. So I think he will actually show what he can do. But I think it's going to be quite a close fight. And I think there's going to be a couple of ups and downs where the fight swings one way or the other.
I'm going to go.
And then it's just who can go out, carry it on for the end.
I'm going to go pure Switzerland.
Draw, and then rematch.
Literally what I'm going for.
I like
a draw.
I like that.
A massive controversial draw.
Yeah, I think, points.
Because honest to God, I am proper sat on the fence of it.
114.
Honestly,
114.
It's such a pick and fight,
Unanimous
isn't it?
draw.
It is a pick and fight, I think.
I think it's a lot closer now than it would have been in February.
Yeah.
I think it is. And I think if you get the best version, which we hope of both, then it is a really close. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think
But I will say this. Forget about what I want Joshua to fight. I hope Usyk smashes his face in. I'd love it if Usyk absolutely
Well, that's why I'm going for knockout. I'm going for knockout.
No, I'll go
it's
for
more what I want to happen.
Yeah, I'll go for a massive draw.
Okay. Cool. There is the thing, isn't it? They keep going, the bigger guy wins, usually if they're both skilled. Well, we had Naoya Inoue who changed that. Crawford changed that. Everybody seems to have gone.
Yeah,
I think when it's a hyper-skilled small guy.
Yeah, I mean, what they were going on is like, cruiserweights moving up to heavyweight. Fury was saying, they're unsuccessful. Really? Who did David Haye beat to become heavyweight champion? Nikolai Valuev, who was what, 7'2"?
He's bigger than him, yeah.
Evander Holyfield. One of the all-time greats, Roy Jones Jr. went up to heavyweight. All right, he didn't stay there, but he moved up, done it.
But you've got to remember, most of the heavyweights in the past were the size of what Usyk would be a big heavyweight.
And then what was Muhammad Ali, about 14 stone?
About the same as, I think later on about the same as Usyk.
Yeah. I don't even
Usyk's probably a little bit heavier.
Yeah, I think Muhammad Ali wouldn't have been a heavyweight.
15 pounds.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I do get it a good bit. Well, no, it's not true.
If they're both equal in skill, then you would expect the bigger guy to win. But I think you've got to allow for the fact that it's not equal skill level. You've got a really, really skillful smaller guy against a very skilled big guy.
The
but
big
really
one,
elite skill level.
The best fighter you can say about that is Manny Pacquiao versus Margarito, when Margarito was, a foot taller, about 4 stone heavier, and Pacquiao absolutely destroyed him to the point where it was brutal in the end. Let's not forget Margarito just was beating everyone at the time.
Yeah.
So a good big one doesn't always beat a good little one. Yes, they should.
Yeah. But no, I think if you get a good versus good, but it's like when you get a good versus exceptional small guy, it makes a really, really good fight.
Elite fighters.
Yeah.
Elite fighters. And you know what? It's going to... if you're a boxing purist...
It's close to a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
You can pick either side. It just depends.
Yeah.
But like I said, I always prefer this.
Like, say, if we do this next week, I must probably change my mind again.
Well, I was thinking about it before and thinking now it's actually a close fight now. You know, when we did this before, it was a bit more one-sided. As much as people are still saying big, but he wasn't really there, Fury. But the real Fury turns up. It's a pretty damn close fight. And a draw is probably a good guess.
One thing that we have not mentioned, do you think Fury's cuts reopens?
Well, if we're saying that Fury's going to target the body, I think if you're Usyk, you target that.
Because tell you what,
because it's been done more than once.
If that cut opens, it's...
Well, if we've seen fights where if you can't see, it's hard in a fight in Usyk when you've got all your faculties. If you haven't, if you can't see him, it's just impossible. He's too fast.
Although they seem to have been letting a lot of fights go on lately with cuts, don't they? But that could be...
You're fighting a guy who you can't see what angle he's coming at and doing it. If your cut opens and your vision starts getting impaired, I think it gets way, way, way harder because the type of fighter Usyk is, you're not going to see him at all. You won't see him anyway, and then you don't see him at all. That's just like making it, it's dangerous then. They could.
We'll
I mean, if you were, that's where you should target because you know that he has a weakness in that area because Wallen's done it, Thing's done it.
And it's a fresh cut.
Yeah.
It is a fresh cut.
And the guy who did it was about the same size as Usyk, so yeah.
Yeah, but it was his elbow.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okie dokie. Right, anything else?
No, I can't pick.
You're going for draw, and I'm going for 10th or 11th round knockout for Usyk win.
Maybe an Usyk 6th round knockout. But no, the draw.
Draw. No, you're going to stay with draw. I like that one.
I don't know.
Draw.
I don't know.
Okay, let us know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, all the usual goodness. And hopefully this fight doesn't get cancelled. We all get to enjoy it. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.